Virgo, welcome to your end of October 2020 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. Okay, I'm going to just going to go like that. Wow, we got a lot of emotions going on here. A lot of feeling. Oh, we get, okay. Let me collect all these extra cards. My legs. I've got long legs. Okay. Sorry about that. You know what? Let me see. The heart of the matter is the Two of Cups. This is a card of reuniting with somebody or making a commitment to somebody. I'm going to have to see which one is more likely in this scenario. Well, I look at the past position here. The Two of Pentacles. And this can be a card of trying to deliberate, decide what you're going to do about a particular situation. Maybe you can see both sides of it. If it is a relationship, it could even be juggling two relationships. This is also a card of a job offer from overseas. Now, if this is a company that you've worked for before, then the Two of Cups can certainly be about, like deciding whether to go back to a certain company. That's always a possibility. But I'm just going to keep going here so I can get a feel for this. The higher message is the Five of Cups. And let's say that this is a potential situation of going back with a former love partner. And, maybe you have gotten yourself together. I always say that song, I Will Survive. I wish I could quote the lyric, but it was basically, you just think you can walk in here and just, just come and act like nothing's changed. And then the person is supposed to go and take that person back. And in that rush of the experience, you might be tempted to, and then you start to kind of think about it and it doesn't feel right. So it could be one of those dilemmas where, at first you just feel flattered or you feel very excited about it, and then you think twice. And this is the reason why. The card that crosses you is the Four of Cups. In this particular context, I think you might be underplaying how important this is. The Four of Cups can mean different things. I was just reading something that was actually kind of a positive interpretation of this card, which it doesn't seem to be depicted in a positive way. It seems to be depicted more of somebody who's indifferent to the emotions that are being presented to him or her, but this looks like a guy here. I've heard that the Four of Cups can be stabilizing emotions or kind of a stabilizing influence in a relationship. But I tend to read it as more problematic. And I would say that it's not looking at this reality of perhaps, getting back with somebody, but not really loving them and maybe not having loved them for quite a while because they put you through so much. And in some cases, this may also be someone who, like if you are committing to someone and you're not sure, you don't really think that you love this person, but you're committing anyway. In the higher message is the Five of Cups is about grief, and the grief process can mean for some people that they are not capable of really feeling love because they have had that kind of trauma in their life. Maybe it was a death when you were young of a parent, or an abandonment. Even death can be felt like an abandonment, but some other type of thing. And it felt like the other person was just totally rejecting you. And whether they were or not, usually it's not going to be personal, certainly not death. And even abandonment is usually because the parent feels overwhelmed, or they're so self-absorbed that they don't care how it affects the child or the family as a whole. And so these kinds of situations can come up and be very hard to kind of get a handle on. I feel like with the Four of Cups, especially if you're a Virgo and your moon is in Scorpio, or even like you have Venus in Scorpio, Mars in Scorpio, there may be like a tendency to have this type of mentality anywhere, this emotional response where you are not quite over another situation, and so it interferes with your ability to truly move forward. Only you can know whether or not that's true. In some cases, this may be somebody that's coming back for you that maybe was the one who left, and yet now you're in the driver's seat, but you don't really see it that way. You might see it more as confusion. So that's why I have it as the challenge position, because for some of you, you may be downplaying this and you may be thinking, yeah, let's get back together. This is a great idea. Your higher self may be saying this is like the worst idea you ever came up with. What's coming in is the Empress energy. And this actually connects with Taurus, a sister earth sign, and the other Venus ruled sign, Libra. So these two signs are connected to relationship, or especially Libra. Taurus can be more of the sensual side of life. In this context, I would say, and it can be like an advice card sometimes. One thing I would say about this is, what is the end game? What is it that you're looking for, Virgo? Are you looking for love? And if you are looking for love, is the place where you're looking for love where you are going to find it? When you are honest with yourself, do you really believe that the person that you are with is somebody who is capable of, or that you want to get back with, is capable of loving you? Why did you break up in the first place, would be the question that I would ask. And you might be saying, oh, she's acting like such a Debbie Downer. This is such a great thing. This is what I've been wanting for the last 6 months, ever since this person left. And she's trying to poke holes in it. And I'm not trying to poke holes in it. I'm trying to get you to see that problems don't just magically disappear. People have to want to change for change to really take place. And so you have to be willing to see it in that light for it to really work out that way. The outcome is the King of Wands. This is the ultimate embodiment of somebody who has a sense of their own personal power. And so you are in the driver's seat, when it comes to deciding whether or not to take somebody back. You've changed. And so you're not the same person. And this would also apply to a work situation of a similar vein. If they cut you loose and then they're coming back, not necessarily crawling, but they still want you back, and you have reflected on it, and maybe you realize that you were not happy there, and that's what the Four of Cups represents. But you don't give that enough importance in your decision-making process. Because, truth be told, you're not, you in and of yourself as a Virgo sun sign, or even if you're watching as a rising sign, you're not somebody who is overly emotional. But other factors can change that very easily. Your moon sign, or where your sun sign is placed, if it's placed in a water house, or other aspects in your chart that can indicate otherwise. But just looking at it from the standpoint of what Virgo represents, you are much more about doing what seems the practical thing at the time. And that can make you, if you think that somebody is a good fit for you, you might overlook whether or not you really are in love with them. Or if you think that they are a good provider, and not that you're dependent on them, but you think that they add to your life in that way financially, then you might just overlook the love factor. Maybe you're looking for somebody to be a father to your children, or to have children with, and you think that they are that type of person. But whatever it is that you decide and that you think is the most important in life, the King of Wands, if this is you, if you feel like you have grown, become much more confident in the last several months, Virgo, this could be you, and this might be the kind of person that you have become, that is quite independent and strong. And that other person may not know what they have gotten themselves into, because they're not going to be able to get away with that nonsense anymore. You're not going to allow it. So, okay, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you'd like a personal reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.